Welcome to CyberBytes Insights, your most relevant podcast on cybersecurity, education, innovation, and outreach. I'm your host, Maggie Dillon, and today I am with Brian Mahoney. Brian, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
I am too. You are the Chief Operations Officer for what we call SCIPP, SCIPP, and I'm really excited to have you here today. One, because we have a mutual just passion for veterans overall, and there's a lot of things that we're going to be able to bring to them, especially with the content in this conversation today. So I'm going to go ahead and just kick us off. Tell us a little bit about SCIPP, what your organization does, if you would.
So SCIPP International has developed what we call the cybersecurity talent pipeline, which allows individuals that want to move into and up in cyber to advance through acquiring certifications and with top cybersecurity certifications recognized across the industry, and simultaneously gives the employers the opportunity to tap into this pool of talent to fill the growing need for certified cyber professionals.
That's fantastic. So it's twofold, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And at CyberBytes, just so everybody knows, SCIPP is one of our newest partners with the CyberBytes Foundation, and we are so excited. Obviously, as you just heard, with our Crossroads program in particular, Brian, we've talked about all of our transitioning military, the things that we're able to offer to them. And when we really went in depth on your programs and the things that you have currently, it stood out as one being very unique, but also the passion behind it and the resources that you're able to bring. It seems to be a case-by-case basis, which I like that a lot. So could you tell us a little bit more about some of the programs that you're able to offer?
Sure. Well, we are able to provide certification prep programs to anyone that's qualified, and provide funding for that program, up to 100% funding for these programs. And that includes the course, the instruction, the support materials, and the cost of the certification exam, which makes it very unique. And we spent a lot of time thinking about how to reduce the barriers for individuals that want to get into or move up into cyber. And one of the biggest obstacles was cost. It's very expensive for these individuals to get the prep instruction they need. The materials are costly, and the exams themselves are certainly significant cost as well. So to be able to provide that funding for these individuals and eliminate that barrier so they can focus on what they need to learn to pass the certification exams is paramount and has been very well received. 96% of our students have full funding, which is exciting, and well over 70% are passing their certification exams on the first try, which we're really proud of and happy for those individuals.
That's fantastic. Those are huge numbers, huge. And that just speaks a lot to everything that you just mentioned. Mm-hmm. I want to kind of go back to the cost. Mm-hmm. The average amount that you're able to give out as far as your scholarship program goes, could you speak to those numbers a little bit? What does that look like historically?
The average amount of funding per individual is just under $5,000.
Okay.
So there are 7 certification prep courses, so that's easy math. It's about $35,000 that someone can access to get their cyber certifications. We also do provide wraparound services. We help these individuals update their resume to reflect the accomplishments they've achieved, to feature their greatest strengths relative to cyber employment, and connect with recruiters and employers if they want to explore new opportunities in the cyber security world.
And I would imagine that the workforce research that could come out of a program like yours and just organization overall, that would be so helpful with some of the things that a lot of other nonprofits are trying to put together, and working with the military and a lot of the resources I know CyberBytes does outreach to. So that's just kind of something I was thinking of. And with workforce development, kind of working on the other side of things, helping employers get their positions filled. You're kind of talking near and dear to my heart. I used to be a recruiter for 15 years, so I feel the pain of that. And what are you able to do with SCIPP as far as that goes?
We're not at the moment focused on any kind of research. We're laser focused on helping people get their cyber certifications. Mm-hmm. And I mean, in time, maybe a byproduct will be the research. But what we see is we just piloted with a few employers to help them fill their open positions, and it went really well. We just have just such a great foundation, a great pool of students in the program right now that are really qualified, and it really aligns with one of my favorite adages, which is talent is equally distributed, opportunity is not. And we're providing this opportunity to these people, so we're laser focused on helping them get their certification and then explore job opportunities. And right now, we're seeing great results.
That's fantastic. Are you doing any type of internship in between that?
No, not at the moment. We have projects that are part of the curriculum
Okay.
that give individuals hands-on experience in cyber, but we're excited to explore the internship opportunity with CyberBytes because it's really exciting. There are not enough internships available for individuals, and we want to work with you aggressively to expand those opportunities, give people more options to build their experience in an internship model that will make them even more valuable.
Absolutely. We have a great internship program at CyberBytes. There's so much unique exposure that you get there. And I've heard several success stories. We actually just posted one in our September newsletter. And that one was really interesting because she came in transitioning military, had
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with cybersecurity. She was actually, if I remember, in law. And she ended up coming and volunteering at one of the youth summer camps. And really hit it off with the directors there, met a lot of faces, and ended up going in entry level with an IT organization. So it's just been a really cool thing, and I love hearing those success stories. And I know you had actually talked about one that I really enjoyed regarding a military spouse. Do you know which one
Yes,
I'm talking about?
I do. I
Okay.
do.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. It's a great story. We have lots of stories that may not be exactly like this, but similar in terms of the outcome. And her husband was a warrant officer in the Marine Corps, sent to Afghanistan several times. And she was at home to take care of the kids and earn some money. She started a sweet shop where she um, sold ice cream and candies and other sweets to people in town. And then saw the opportunity to use her military benefit as a military spouse. Went to school, got her cyber undergraduate degree, even graduate degree, and then got her certifications. Found a job at a healthcare organization, and also developed a position where she wanted to represent cybersecurity from the perspective of the individual.
Mm-hmm.
And they loved her at this organization. She was hired away by Raytheon
Wow.
and didn't last at Raytheon very long because this organization loved her so much they hired her back. And she and her family have had just a fantastic positive impact from this job that she's been able to acquire. But also, she says she loves it. She absolutely loves it, and she's just passionate about what she does every single day. And so she just has this great situation of loving what she does, carving out a unique niche where she adds a tremendous amount of value, and simultaneously benefiting her family.
Wow. What a story. I love that. That's so unique and powerful. And talk about perseverance and not giving up and just, having kiddos on top of all of that. That's fantastic. So, if anyone was interested, I know that we had talked a little bit about some of your webinars and you can obviously still speak to that,
Mhm.
but could you tell us if someone were interested in finding out more information, how they could go about that?
Sure. Anyone interested in more information can go to skipinternational.org, go to our website, and pick the certification they're most interested in and apply right there for the funding that we have available to people. We have funding in two categories. We work closely with the Commonwealth of Virginia, which supplies the workforce development funding for individuals, and we can deliver up to 100% of the fee for Virginians. And we also responded to national demand for those outside of Virginia, where SCIPP has a scholarship that we pay for ourselves and deliver to these individuals. And finally, anyone that has GI Bill benefits can use these for the program because it has been approved for GI benefits. So lots of different entry points. We're always working to make it easier, more accessible. The scholarship is the biggest win for our students so far, and we just keep on thinking about more value we can add to them and help them get into their career and really love what they do, like the woman I mentioned a moment ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited to be a partner with you, and I'm going to actually end the conversation with that question. And I think it's obvious reasons when you think about it as to why we would maybe link up together with CyberBytes Foundation and SCIPP. But from your perception and just your overall experience so far, what is that partnership for? In your eyes, for SCIPP's strategy moving forward, and more importantly, just you as a professional.
So my perspective maybe it might be unique in that the cybersecurity gap is huge and growing. Hundreds of thousands of openings right now, and no one organization can close the gap themselves. It necessitates partnership and tight collaboration. And so when you find an organization like we have in CyberBytes that is passionate about helping people, is authentic about the interactions, and is making an impact, we want to partner, because the benefit is for the students and the individuals in the pipeline. They can only win by experiencing the result of our partnership. And so there are other organizations we're aware of, you, me, and others. We want to bring them into this conversation. We want to bring them into this effort, because there won't be meaningful progress made without that kind of collaboration.
Right. It's kind of like bringing the Avengers together, and we're all out here trying to get help to as many people as we can. And
The Cyber Avengers.
maybe not as cool or theatrical, but in our eyes, we are like that some days. At least it feels like it when we hear good stories like we have today. So we're really excited about it, and hopefully everyone watching can tell that we're excited to help a lot of people get the word out there and educate at the same time. So I really appreciate you joining us today, Brian. And I have to say, on our end, I would be remiss if I didn't say that we are doing a huge campaign called our 500 by 500. We're trying to get 500 organizations to donate $500 to sponsor a camper. We also have sponsorships available for upcoming events and things of this nature. You can go over to cyberbytesfoundation.org/donate there. But for future information, we will have all of SCIPP's here in the link below, but we're really excited about it. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching CyberBytes Insights. We're here for your premier cyber podcast on education, innovation, and outreach. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye.